All right, what's up, everyone? Jammer here from Jammer's Wrestling Magazine Collection. And today I'm doing a video on Pro Wrestling Illustrated magazines from 1999 and 2000. And the reason why I'm doing just on the PWI is because A, I don't have all the magazines from 1999. I have all the Inside Wrestling ones, but none of the Wrestler. And for 2000, like I mentioned, I have like 6 or 7 from Inside Wrestling, and I think 1 from the Wrestler, and that's it. But I feel that's such a hot period of wrestling. That was the Attitude Era. That was like, Nitro for WCW. That was the Monday Night Wars in general, right? It was ECW going to TNN and getting world title status in the magazines. And I feel like it needs to be shown. And so I'm going to do it just by showing off Pro Wrestling Illustrated magazines for those 2 years. So January of 99, we have the Ultimate Warrior on the cover here. It says, "No evil. Can today's fans accept the Warrior's creed?" Is that creed or greed? Might be greed. I'm not too sure. That's either a C or a G. You tell me what that is, people. Might be C. But they went back, of course, as time went on to the print and with some of the colored photos in here. But the middle photo here is of the was she the 9th wonder of the world, China? She beat Andre the Giant or 8th wonder. I don't know. What was Andre, the 7th wonder, 8th wonder? Anyways, all I know is that China was getting over in 99. She was a pretty big deal, right? She was the first woman in the Royal Rumble in 99, and eliminated Mark Henry in that one too. For February, it's the 50 most beautiful people in wrestling. Rock, Big Sexy Kevin Nash and Sunny, and of course this has that color pinup of the Nitro girls, which I showed in the women's magazine covered thing I did. But like, who all did they pick here for the sexiest? Let's take a look at some of these. The 50 most beautiful, like we got Dean Malenko and Steve Austin and Sable, Evan Courageous, Ken Shamrock and Shawn Michaels, Al Snow, Elizabeth, Shane McMahon, and Juventud Guerrera, all on this list. Hayabusa, who wears a mask, so that makes no sense. Virgil in denim. Jerry Lawler and Billy Kidman. Edge, Tammy Lynn Sitch, Buff Bagwell, and Dawn Marie. Joey Styles even, Chavo Guerrero Jr., Scotty Riggs, and Hunter Hearst Helmsley. Rocky Maivia, Rick Rude, Kimberly, and Val Venus all make the cut here. Lance Diamond and Ric Flair, and then it goes into, let me see, I think it goes into black and white here. Hold on. Yeah. Bill Goldberg, Alex Wright, Chyna, and Bret Hart all make the cut. Disco Inferno, Atlas Riviera, and Jason, the sexiest man on earth. I guess he has to make the cut. It's in his name. Rob Van Dam, Eric Bischoff, Stevie Richards, and Tom Brady. Colorado Kid, Chris Jericho, Scott Hall, Terry Runnels. Anyone else on here? Oh, there is. We got more, guys. Hold on. What do we got? Kevin Nash, Rey Mysterio Jr., and Francine. Chris Candido, Booker T. Candido's got his shorts undone there. That's interesting. Tiger Dream, Jim Powers. Who the hell's Tiger Dream? He wears a mask. How is he considered sexy? Can't even see his face. And that's it. So there it is. 50 most beautiful people in wrestling, apparently. Not too sure who came up with that, but it is what it is, right? What do we got next? Oh, this one. This is good. So we got Pro Wrestling Illustrated, the 1998, the year in wrestling. See Outlaws, Austin, Hogan, and Goldberg all on the cover. Let's see who won these. We got Goldberg with Rookie of the Year. Goldberg with Inspirational Wrestler of the Year. Booker T with Most Improved Wrestler of the Year. X-Pac with Comeback of the Year. Paul Bearer was Manager of the Year. Feud of the Year went to Steve Austin versus Vince McMahon. Most Popular Wrestler of the Year was Steve Austin with Goldberg, Rocky Maivia, and Diamond Dallas Page as the runner-ups there. Most Hated was Hollywood Hogan with Vince McMahon, Eric Bischoff, and Bret Hart with the runners-up. Match of the Year was Undertaker and Mankind in Hell in a Cell with Austin and Michaels at WrestleMania, Goldberg and Hogan from Nitro, and Bam Bam and Taz from Living Dangerously as the runners-up. Tag Team of the Year were the New Age Outlaws with Sabu and Rob Van Dam, Kane and Mankind, and Kane and The Undertaker as the runner-up there. Wrestler of the Year was Stone Cold Steve Austin with Bill Goldberg, Diamond Dallas Page, and Rocky Maivia as the runners-up. And we got Bobo Brazil with the Editor's Award for that year. Of course, Bobo Brazil, the master of wrestling in Detroit, Michigan, right? Him and the Sheik had a lot of classic battles in the 60s and 70s and probably even into the 80s, I would guess. I remember reading about Bobo Brazil in wrestling magazines in the 80s and such. So, April 99, The Croc, the title change that screwed the world. Of course, talking about Survivor Series 98, where The Rock won the title from Mankind. And here we got Lionheart Chris Jericho as our centerfold. So, also got a story on Goldberg. Goldberg was such a big deal, during this time frame. It's crazy how WCW kind of destroyed him when they took the belt off him at Starrcade, and then he never really did recover in WCW. I don't know how they botched that. May 99 for PWI. Who holds the key to WrestleMania 15? We got Austin, Vince, Rock, Undertaker, Mankind, and Kane all on the cover there. And the centerfold is of Conan. K-Dog, right? Carlos. But I think that's his shoot name. The 1999 PWI poll. I've talked about this before in another video. We got Goldberg, Francine, and Eric Bischoff and Vince McMahon there. Let's see who... I'll get to it here. I'll get to the poll. All right. So, who is pound for pound the best wrestler in the world? We got Billy Kidman, Chris Benoit, X-Pac, Rey Mysterio Jr., Rob Van Dam, and Juventud Guerrera. If you could watch the matches of only one wrestler, whom would you choose? Rey Mysterio Jr., Steve Austin, Billy Kidman, Chris Benoit, Sabu, and Ric Flair. And crazy to see that Billy Kidman was so high here on the rankings in 1999. Which North American Federation has the highest quality wrestling? It's WCW, WWF, and ECW. Which is the premier federation in North America? WCW, WWF, and ECW. So still, in 1999, WCW is winning for premier federation in North America. Who really rules Monday nights? WWF 60%, WCW 40%. So, but still, it's weird that they say WWF is winning the Monday Night Wars here, but yet they're picking WCW overall. So that's interesting. For July 99, we got warning, this team will self-destruct in 15 seconds. Talking about Kevin Nash, Scott Hall, the Outsiders, NWO Wolfpack in the house. They were back together again after feuding, and the color photo here is of Mr. Degenerate himself, X-Pac. Let's see, up next. Super Cards 99. I've talked about this one before. In the Supercards video I did. It's highlighting WCW Uncensored, WrestleMania 15, and ECW Living Dangerously. And of course, in the middle, the poster, they have, first of all, they got colored photos of the events, which is great, which I talked about. But they also do give you a poster in here somewhere. Let me see if I can find it here. Maybe this one doesn't have the poster. Maybe the poster got ripped out of this one. Oh well. Doesn't matter. Let's see. September 99 gives us why Stone Cold might get out while he's on top. So Stone Cold did kind of have to get out for a while, right? He hurt his neck and everything. This one's got the Stinger as the centerfold. Also got a story here, it looks like, on the handshake that shook up ECW. The last thing the Taz Sabu feud needs is respect. Those two had some awesome matches in 97 and in 99 for the ECW and FTW world titles. This is the October 99 Why the World Must Fear Scott Steiner by Buff Bagwell. And why X-Pac and Kane can never get along, too. This, of course, has the centerfold of Mankind, Mr. Mick Foley himself, who, by the way, is super annoying now. I just watched the Ringside Collectibles panel from San Diego Comic-Con, and Mick Foley is one of the guests. And I'll tell you one thing right now. Mick Foley's favorite wrestler is Mick Foley. Mick Foley loves to hear Mick Foley talk, which I know is ironic to say because I'm doing a video about talking, but I'm showing off the magazines too as I'm doing this. It's not like I'm just rambling about myself. Mick Foley rambles about himself. And I just find him very annoying now, more so than ever before. And it's a shame because I did like Cactus Jack and I enjoyed, Mankind and Dude Love in the 90s, like 98, 99 and such. But now I'm just, go away, Mick Foley. Pro Wrestling Illustrated, November 99. It's the women of the WWF. I talked about this before in the women's magazine. And the centerfold here is on the Blackheart himself, Owen Hart. Good old Owen. One of the best. Gone way too soon. December 99. CEO this. I'm the damn champ, says Stone Cold Steve Austin. There's highlighting the King of the Ring 99 match he had with the McMahons. So do we have a centerfold in here, I wonder, or is it ripped out? Nope, there it is. It's Rey Mysterio, a maskless Rey Mysterio. There he is, as a gangsta there, apparently. Of course, I like him much better as a masked wrestler, and I don't even like Rey Mysterio. Like, I wouldn't even put him in my top 10 or top 20, not even my top 50. He might make the top 100, maybe, but I never liked him. But I really hated the rapper version of Rey Mysterio. Here we have the PWI 500 for the Holiday 99. Look at the stars there. Taz, Sting, Great Muta, Jushin Liger, Goldberg, Scott Steiner, Misawa, Kane, RVD, Austin, Nash, Rock, Undertaker. I'm not sure who that guy is. Rey Mysterio, DDP, Invader. So let's take a look at who the top 10 stars are from this year. We got Steve Austin at number 1, Rob Van Dam at number 2, Misawa at number 3, Rey Mysterio Jr. at number 4. The Rock comes in at 5, Diamond Dallas Page at 6, Keiji Muto at 7, The Undertaker at 8, Bill Goldberg at 9, and Taz coming in at number 10. So there's your top 10 for that year of the PWI 500. So now we go into 2000. So 2000 now, we would have Chris Jericho already in the WWF. He came in back in August of 99, so he's already Intercontinental Champion. He's already a WWF superstar, but he's going to be joined by a few friends soon. He's going to be joined by a bunch of radicals, if you get my drift. I'm talking about Chris Benoit, Perry Saturn, Eddie Guerrero, Dean Malenko, and that's going to help the WWF destroy WCW as the year goes on. We also have D-Generation X together again, but as a heel stable in WWF. WCW is going to have the New Blood versus the Millionaires, and ECW is already on TNN and trying to stay afloat and alive. So here we go, the year 2000. For the for WWF, I guess for this one, look at this. It's Chris Jericho on the cover. Boom. The Millennium Man, Mouth Off, an unforgettable hour with Chris Jericho. His WCW disappointments, his WWF hopes, his views on Bischoff, McMahon, and ECW. So here we go. We got let's see what else. What's the poster here? We got Taz, the Human Suplex Machine. Taz was getting ready to come into the WWF as well in 2000. So that's pretty neat. February 2000, the Master Manipulator, how Stone Cold controls the WWF. There's Stone Cold and Vince right there on the cover. We got an exclusive ECW press conference there with Paul Heyman. And we got a sweet poster of the Big Red Machine, Kane. It's crazy to think back in the day I would rip these posters out and put them on the wall. Now I'm just lucky to have them in these magazines. Okay, for the March one, it's the 1999 year review. We got Diamond Dallas Page and Kimberly on the cover. I love them, but you love to hate them. DDP, most hated wrestler of the year. Let's check out all the awards for 1999. Here we go. Rookie of the Year went to Shane McMahon. He outbeat Evan Courageous, Vince McMahon, and Lash LaRue. Not a very good year if Shane McMahon wins Rookie of the Year, but I digress. Here we go. Inspirational Wrestler of the Year. Red and Yellow himself, Hulk Hogan, is back. It's no longer Hollywood. It's the real American Hogan. The American-made Hogan, I should say. Most Improved Wrestler of the Year went to Jerry Lynn. Comeback of the Year went to Eddie Guerrero. Look at him there. That's a sweet look on Eddie. Growing that mullet out again, I see. Manager of the Year was Deborah. Feud of the Year went to Vince McMahon versus Steve Austin. There's a nice sweet shot there in the cage from St. Valentine's Day Massacre. Most Popular Wrestler of the Year was The Rock, followed by Steve Austin, Bill Goldberg, and Mankind. Most Hated was Diamond Dallas Page, followed by Hunter S. Helmsley, The Undertaker, and the Dudley Boys. Match of the Year went to The Rock and Mankind, and that would be the Royal Rumble match, I believe, followed by Rob Van Dam and Jerry Lynn, Steve Austin and Vince McMahon, and The Rock and Steve Austin. Tag Team of the Year was Kane and X-Pac, followed by the Hardy Boys, Harlem Heat, and the Dudley Boys. And Wrestler of the Year went to Stone Cold Steve Austin, followed by The Rock, Sting, and Taz. And Owen Hart won the Editor's Award, who unfortunately passed away in May of 1999 in that tragic fall at Kemper Arena, which was unneeded and just ridiculous. I mean, wrestlers are not stuntmen, they're wrestlers, and I don't know what Vince McMahon was thinking with that, but that's on Vince for the rest of his life until he dies, and I'm sure Vince doesn't even care, unfortunately. April 2000, Let's Settle It, WrestleMania. We got Austin and Rock there. Austin, of course, wouldn't be at WrestleMania that year. He took time off to get neck fusion surgery. Chris Benoit here, though, is the centerfold in jeans, apparently. I guess he must be doing a hardcore match in WCW here. There's a bloodied Sid right there. Let's see, is there more photos of Sid being busted open in this? Oh, yeah. Look at that. That's one bloody Sid Vicious in WCW. For May of 2000, it's the 50 Hot Questions again. We see Tori Wilson, The Rock, and Triple H and Goldberg all on the cover there. Let's see about the questions this time. I'll get to them here. I always love to see how it changes year by year. Okay, so for this year, who is pound for pound the best wrestler in the world? We got Chris Benoit, Rob Van Dam, Jeff Hardy, Billy Kidman, Rey Mysterio Jr., X-Pac, Eddie Guerrero, Yoshihiro Tajiri, and that's it. And if you could watch the matches of one wrestler, who would you choose? We got Rob Van Dam, Chris Benoit, Rey Mysterio Jr., Sabu, Bill Goldberg, Mick Foley, Bret Hart, and the Hardy Boys. So that's for that. Which North American Federation has the highest quality of wrestling? This time it's ECW, WCW, and WWF. So ECW now takes the reins there. Which is the premier federation in North America, though? Goes to WWF, followed by WCW and ECW. And who really rules Monday nights? WWF with 77%, WCW with 23%. So things have changed a bit, but still pretty normal for that. Oh, wait, is there a... See if there's a poster in this one. I don't know. Doesn't look like it, no. So for June of 2000, it's Just Wondering, Steph, is he worth your $1 billion inheritance? We got Stephanie and Hunter on the cover here. We also got this time the NWO Takeover. That was NWO 2000 with Bret Hart, Jeff Jarrett, Kevin Nash, Scott Hall, and Scott Steiner eventually in it. The Rock is the centerfold here, the electrifying one, the People's Champion. For July 2000, Call It a Wrap, Jack. You've done your share, go home. That's Mick Foley, Cactus Jack on the cover with barbed wire wrapped around his face, getting ready to pretty much end his career soon. He was going to go Hell in a Cell at No Way Out and wrestle Hunter, and then come back 1 month later. And, oh yeah, here we go. So Sid Vicious is the centerfold. I wasn't sure if there was a centerfold in this one, but there was. It's Sid. What else do we got? It looks like the Hardy Boys story. The Hardys, 10 Reasons You Will Never Forget This Tag Team War. Oh yeah, against the Dudleys. That was quite a good feud. And then when you add Edge and Christian to it, you create history. You create magic, and that's exactly what it was. Their battles in 2000 and 2001 were pretty epic. And 99, Edge and Christian fought the Hardys in No Mercy 99 in that ladder match. Supercards 2000, we got Super Crazy winning the TV title on the front page here. We got Sid and Jarrett, and we got The Rock and Stephanie McMahon, it looks like. So Uncensored WrestleMania Living Dangerously we got here. And again, colored photos for this, which is always, nice to see. Definitely, if you're going to pick up the Supercard books, I know for PWI, they're definitely worth it. You do get nice photos in it, especially if you miss the pay-per-views or were a fan of that pay-per-view and such. September 2000, we got Wrestle McMania, Even Vince Can't Keep the Peace. So let's see what we got here for the centerfold. Oh, it's Jeff Jarrett. There's an interesting photo of Jeff. The Chosen One. WCW's favorite son. Vince Russo loved Jeff. I'm not sure why. Stark, Raven, Mad. What about me? What about Francine? Francine, of course, managed Tommy Dreamer, Raven, and the franchise, Shane Douglas. All to championship gold as well. She did wonder. And Just Incredible, right? She managed him as well. For October 2000, we get Scott Steiner, the superstar that WWF let slip away. Big Papa Pump now. Getting ready to rule WCW to win the WCW World title. And we got Rikishi Fatu as the centerfold here, dancing his way to the WWF title. No, just dancing his way to running over Stone Cold Steve Austin with a car because he did it for The Rock. November 2000, The Rock versus Triple H. Our special 50 category analysis is in here. Of course, Rock and Triple H wrestled each other a lot in 2000, right? They competed at WrestleMania, then again at Backlash, then at Judgment Day, then at King of the Ring, then again at SummerSlam. And not to mention the UK pay-per-views, they probably interacted with each other there. So no, what do you call it? Centerfold in this one? No, weird. All right then. December of 2000, we got Hedgehog, Ken Taker, Rumble Back to the Top. Undertaker's now back. He returned at Judgment Day 2000 in that 60-minute Iron Man match with Rock and Hunter. And he wasn't the dead man anymore. He was now the American Badass, changing his persona for the better for the Attitude Era, I think. And Diamond Dallas Page, with short hair and now back to being a good guy, is the centerfold. Good old DDP. Or as Canyon would say, DD me. And that's it. That's all we have. That's well, you know what? I do have this one. I might as well go through it. It's from 2001, but it is the 2000 awards. Let's see who won the 2000 awards year. This is the only one I have from 2001 just because it is the PWI year-end award. So, Rookie of the Year went to Kurt Angle. Most Improved Wrestler of the Year went to the King of Old School, Steve Corino. Comeback of the Year was Rikishi. Woman of the Year was Stephanie McMahon. Feud of the Year was Triple H versus Kurt Angle. The Rock was most popular with Rob Van Dam, Chris Jericho, and Goldberg as the runners-up. Most hated was Kurt Angle with Triple H, Steven Richards, and Jeff Jarrett as the runners-up. Match of the Year was Edge and Christian versus the Dudleys versus the Hardys at WrestleMania. With runners-up, Chris Jericho versus Triple H, the Hardys versus the Dudleys versus Edge and Christian, I'm guessing at SummerSlam, and Super Crazy versus Yoshihiro Tajiri. Tag Team of the Year was Jeff and Matt, the Hardys, with Edge and Christian, the Dudley Boys, and Chronic as the runners-up. And Wrestler of the Year was The Rock, with Triple H, Booker T, and Kurt Angle as the runners-up. And Classy Freddie Blassie was the Editor's Award for that year in 2000. So there you have it. 1999 and 2000 for Pro Wrestling Illustrated. Again, I would use The Wrestler and Inside Wrestling if I had all those magazines, but I don't, so I didn't want to. I thought, you know what, I want to show off this year. I want to show these magazine covers. And again, 99 and 2000 were two very hot years in pro wrestling and sports entertainment world. It was exciting. It was fun. And I know as a fan, I was, 18 and 19 going on 20 at that time. It was just a fun time. It was a really fun time in wrestling and even in culture and everything, right? It was a very extreme time frame of living. And if you could, really cross the line for something, you were going to see how far you could get without, getting in trouble or getting caught or being stopped. And TV did it, movies did it, comedians did it, pro wrestling did it. So it was a fun time. I wish the world was more like that again, instead of the world we live in now. You have to watch what you say and do for everything now, because people get offended over everything, and it's ridiculous. So, but yeah, if anyone out there was a fan of 99 or 2000, let me know. Were you a WCW fan? Were you a WWF fan? Were you an ECW fan during this time frame? It was just a fun time for those three wrestling federations. Even if some of them didn't have the best matches or storylines or whatnot, it was still a fun time. So, all right, I'm up to 119 subscribers now, and I appreciate that. I thank you all so much. Thank you for watching. I'm going to keep doing this if you keep following and watching. I know eventually I'm going to start running out of ideas probably. So if you guys want to see something, if you want to see a magazine cover of a certain wrestler or anything, just let me know. Leave a comment. I'll see what I can do, right? Because if you guys want to see something, I'll be more than glad to try my best to show that to you. So, once again, keep watching, keep liking. Thank you for the subscriptions. Share these videos if you can, if you want, and until I do another video, I'll talk to you guys later.